Roxana Agler's bizarre and strange unprofessional behavior was caught by our cameras at the District 142 School Board meeting on April 19th. She spent most of the meeting during board business, mugging for our cameras, mouthing words to us, making faces at the audience, showing us her gum, showing disrespect for the process and the school board business.
Abstain.
When she wasn't slouching or spinning in her chair, she was refusing to vote,
Abstain.
trying to show us notes, gesturing wildly at the camera, stomping in and out of the meeting in the middle of board business.
The Common Core is they wrote postcards to their parents as opinion pieces as to why they should go on XYZ trip. So we had a lot of really neat
Agler's behavior was noticeably bizarre and distracting and happening a few feet away from a Southtown reporter. Perhaps most disturbingly, Agler tried to stop us from filming in violation of the Open Meetings Act, even grabbing our camera. When she wasn't fixated on our cameras, Agler was fixated on this man. He is the reporter for the Southtown Star, David Lepowski, who had come to the meeting at Agler's request, according to sources. Agler continued to try and get his attention throughout the meeting, communicating with him with gestures, mouthing words to him, communicating with her eyes, smiling, laughing, and trying to get his attention in general. Eventually, Agler came out of her chair and actually walked over to Lepowski and whispered in his ear, in violation of the Open Meetings Act, where all things board members say are supposed to be subject to public scrutiny. Not only did journalist Lepowski allow this, but in the article he wrote as a follow-up, Lepowski never mentioned her bizarre and strange behavior that parents were complaining about during the meeting. In Lepowski's article, he states Agler has accused both the Board of Education and the PTA of bullying, but Lepowski failed to mention the emails discovered in FOIA where Agler had been bullying members of the board herself. Agler had been sending emails full of bizarre rants referencing vulgarity like circle jerks and accusing people of catfishing her Facebook page. While those emails have an entertainment quality to them, this particular email is very disturbing and possibly criminal in nature. Agler sent an email to village officials as soon as she was made board president, trying to use her power and her newly elected position to have Nancy Hullinger, fellow board member, removed from her job as a crossing guard in the district. According to Illinois statutes, a person in an elected position cannot use their power to harm or retaliate against another person. Roxana Agler may have committed a felony. This is only one of several emails that Agler sent to the village trying to have Nancy Hullinger removed from her job. Strangely enough, reporter David Lepowski didn't seem to find any of this information before writing his story. Instead, the Southtown Star reported that Roxana Agler appears to have been wronged. Why did Lepowski do this? Did he intentionally ignore information? It's clear he ignored Agler's bizarre and frightening behavior during the meeting. But did he also ignore the information that parents have known about for months? If so, what does the Southtown Star have to gain from staying on Roxana Agler's good side? Somebody ought to ask the question. Why didn't David Lepowski and the editors at the Southtown Star report the truth? I spoke with David Lepowski's editor, Norman Parrish, and all I was told was that he would hang up on me if I continued to ask those kinds of questions.